Hey, welcome back to Lancaster Chamber of Commerce, Minding Your Business. I'm Chris Spiker. My next guest is Frank Balcorta, and he's with a group called Mission 22. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Greatly
Hey,
appreciate it.
Frank, and you and I go back a couple years.
We do. We do. I was working for a payroll company, and I was blessed to meet you on a Chamber of Commerce event. I was very grateful for your small mentorship you played there to make sure I can be as effective as possible.
You know, I just kind of feel for the new face, the new person. I mean, they know what they're doing. But, you know, sometimes people don't welcome them or turn around and show a little interest. And I go, well, if you don't say hi, they're not coming back.
Right.
The purpose of the chamber is people come together.
Very true.
Now, when you had that job, you'd just come back, you were on combat?
Well, I had been back probably for about 2 years. I was having a tough transition and getting employment, and was blessed with the opportunity to go work for that company. Yeah.
So having a tough transition, that probably all came into what Mission 22 is all about.
100%. I actually got involved in Mission 22 as I learned more about it. Actually, I was going to grad school. After I left that company, I figured, okay, well, maybe me getting an education would help. And I went to grad school and started a project to try to help veterans through a gym. And then started learning more about Mission 22 and how they raise awareness to help veterans who have a high rate of suicide due to issues like the transition from active duty to civilian life.
Wow. So sometimes combat veterans are almost happier being out there.
Sometimes, you know, it's pretty tough because you spend, depending on the time that you're deployed or the time that you're active duty, you may spend 4 to 8 to 20 years serving with some people, getting used to a certain lifestyle. And a lot of the times that lifestyle is not the same when you get out. You know, coming from a strict, regimented routine to where it's not routine, where you have a big issue is you have a job in the military, even if you were in for 4 years. Like I was responsible for hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment. And then I come out and I said, I'm told that here you can have this job delivering dry cleaning because that's all you can, you know, and it's very, very, very tough.
And where's the importance in that job?
Exactly. So, and then amongst that, you have a camaraderie of brothers that you serve with, and then you come out, who you grown to confide in, and then you come out, and then you don't have that anymore
You
either.
can't talk to anybody.
Right.
Yeah, so what is Mission 22?
So Mission 22, it's a nonprofit organization started in 2013 by a Green Beret who was having a hard time transitioning, struggled with depression, and wanted to take a stand when he found out that there was 22 veterans committing suicide each day. Now this is in 2013. That's just way too much, almost one every hour. He started a company a nonprofit called Eberhart, with and then had I think it was like a program to fight, you know, the 22 suicide deaths and by veterans, and called it Mission 22. But then that wound up being catchier, and then from there they've grown to support the VA to help fund projects or programs that the VA can't. So with the VA being as inundated as it is, may be only to be able to afford small certain types of therapeutic things, maybe more medication, some counseling. But with Mission 22, what they do is they said, hey, look, we'll get raise funds through donations and activists, and we'll provide programs like, for me, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, horse therapy, comprehensive wellness, things that the VA just can't afford or support.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing it for I've been involved with the program for 2 years.
And then, so what's significant about Mission 22? What's happened?
Well, since they've been around, one thing that's hugely significant, I should say, is the fact that everything, even myself being an ambassador who goes and supports events, is not paid, strictly volunteer. But by doing that, they're able to give over 83% of all the money raised back to veterans programs, which is huge. A lot of big companies, a lot of big nonprofit organizations still have to pay salaries, and not all that money can get back to these programs that are in need of by veterans. So that's one huge thing. Since they've been around, I can tell you, as far as 2018, when I started getting more involved, they've spent over $1 million on programs for veterans. And as far as 2019 so far, there's been 276 veterans directly impacted or helped through our programs. Still relatively new. You don't really hear about them because they don't spend a lot of money on advertising, just to make sure that they can give money back to veterans.
Well, what's important is they're doing what's needed.
Yes.
And you would be one of those that they've helped.
I am, and I'm truly grateful for it.
And that's obviously why we wanted you on the show is this is a very important topic that's going on,
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely needs to be. There needs to be some more awareness made of it.
and not just combat or not just veterans, but first responders.
First responders, yeah. There's another great organization that I want to get more involved with. I think it's called Help for Heroes,
Right.
Within the Antelope Valley. Some people, they you can get the focus on veterans, but they don't realize about the first responders who see this day in and day out, the traumatic events that they have to live through. They go home, they can't talk to their wives about it. They don't want to, and then they got to go back and deal with the same thing the next day. Yeah, very, very big issue.
So in the topic of suicide, I mean, and now teenagers.
Teenagers as well.
What's
yeah.
going on?
I can't really, I haven't really looked too much as far as the teenagers go. I know that we live in a society with a lot of instant gratification, and sometimes people aren't getting that, and that's something that I'm not so well versed on. More so on the veteran stuff. I can tell you though, with the veteran suicides, even in active duty, the biggest age right now, or the biggest increase from 2005 to 2017, is between the ages of 18 and 34. 76% increase in the suicide deaths. Still young.
Wow.
Some could say at the beginning of their life.
Right. Yeah, these are vital people,
Very, very vital. Yeah.
and there are heroes.
Yes.
They took the oath
Yeah.
and they came back.
Yeah. And to survive over there in strenuous, dangerous conditions and come back and not be able to fulfill what I'm sure their plans were when they were younger is pretty sad.
So the VA can't do the whole thing, and that's why it's nice to have groups like yours come along.
Absolutely.
What do you add that the VA isn't able to?
So for me, while I was in grad school, I started a gym, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym, and with the intention to help veterans who struggle with PTSD. Now, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is one form of helping someone be in the moment. When you're training with somebody and you got somebody that's 276 pounds and you weigh 150.
That's all you're thinking about.
Yeah, you're thinking about, how do I get this person off me?
Yeah.
You can't think about the stresses. You can't think about anything else. You have to truly be in the moment. So where I come in is working with Mission 22, not only as an ambassador who volunteers time, registering with them, going through their process. Now Mission 22 will pay for veterans to come and train at my facility. That way they can get that treatment for free if that's what they choose is that to help them. If that's what they choose to help them.
Well, that's what helps you pay the bills, so you can do what you got to do.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's amazing. So I get what motivated you to get involved, but tell me again how the BJJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, helps.
Well, so a couple key things that we talked about at the beginning of our conversation was, of course, with the veterans that are at active duty, the strenuous situation, but another key thing is the camaraderie, right? So what you find with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is you got some brothers, man, that when you're rolling with them, it's pretty intimate, and you want to building these bonds. You have to trust the person rolling with you because you're getting put in a situation where you could possibly be hurt very bad. But you got to trust the brother that you're rolling with is going to be, don't only do what needs to be done, has, your safety in his hands, and he's going to stop what needs to be stopped. So then you grow that camaraderie that you missed in the military, you now have on the mats as you're training.
Pretty much the same thing.
Pretty much the same thing. And then on top of that, you guys are both in stressful situations, working out, which again is proven to help people with PTSD, physical exercise treatment. It all around's a great issue, a great way to help. It's helped me.
So people who, and I think probably everybody thinks about suicide once or twice.
Sure.
Not every day, all day, but do they ever get cured, or is this always something they're going to be working on?
I can speak for myself, having dealt with anxiety and having those thoughts. Do they come back? Sure. Not nearly as often as it was, I don't think that it may be something that could ever be cured, especially depending on the trauma that you may have had. But I think over time it gets better as long as you have the right support, the right people, and the right tools to help you.
Yeah. So many support groups in the Antelope Valley. It is really pretty exciting.
Very grateful for this community.
How do people get in touch with you?
They can reach me at, you can go to my website, Victorum Athletics. That's www.victorum, VICTORUM, athletics, ATHLETICS, really I said right, .com. You could also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and that'd be the best way to get a hold of me. And you guys can also help by just spreading the word. Again, Mission 22 doesn't spend any money on advertisement. It's just raising awareness. Everybody knows somebody that's a veteran for the most part. And a lot of times these people don't want to help themselves. So it's up to us to serve those who first served us. And by educating them and directing them to programs that can help.
They don't want to ask for help.
A lot of times they don't. I know I didn't.
Is that proud?
A lot of it's pride. You know what I mean? Sure, a lot of it's pride, and I don't want to be ashamed. Who wants to talk about those thoughts?
Yeah, nothing you can do to help me.
Right.
Wow, but there is something. So next time that Christian Scott is in talking about Help for Heroes, you'll be tagging along.
Oh, 100%. I would greatly appreciate it. Great guy.
Yeah, they are. It's a great organization. So,
yes, absolutely.
What do you like about the Antelope Valley?
I love the support that the Antelope Valley gives to veterans. I've grown up here, went to high school out here, come back after going to a great school, and again, the one thing that's always brought me back was the love that our valley has for veterans and those who serve, and that are continuously served. So, very grateful for that, and of course you, Chris. Very grateful for you and the mentorship part that you played in my life.
Well, yeah, you're significant. And when you showed up at that chamber event, I thought, there's a guy I need, just like the last guest, Cedric. Amazing people. And this valley is so small, we should have the time to meet these wonderful people that are out there.
Absolutely. A lot of talent out here.
There is a lot of talent. It's wonderful we have this chance to have this show to talk to people and to showcase that. So we've been talking with Frank Balcorta, Mission 22. Thank you very much. Thank you for your service.
No, thank you. Thank you guys very much. Thank you.
You bet.